Caution, you are about to enter the no-spin zone. The factor begins right now. Personal story segment tonight. As you may know, Fox News correspondent Steve Centani and photographer Olaf Wig have been kidnapped in Gaza. Apparently, a group called the Holy Jihad Brigades is holding the men. This video was broadcast on an Arab TV station. Steve and Olaf say they are being well treated. Obviously, our prayers are with them. Fox News is doing everything possible to try to secure their release, and we will keep you posted. Joining us now from Boston is Jeff Beatty, former CIA operations officer and currently the president of TotalSecurity.us. All right, you train people and advise people to go into the dangerous regions in the Middle East and other places around the world. This is not going to stop. This kidnapping stuff's going to be with us now, part of the war on terror. What advice do you give people caught up in these kinds of situations?
Well, Bill, the best advice you can give people is to prepare, to acknowledge this as a possibility, and to prepare, and to have a course of action ready. Because if it starts to unfold, it's too late at that point to start deciding what it is that you should do. And you have to prepare based upon a few factors. You have to realize where you are in the world, and you have to know what the expected outcome is if you're picked up in that part of the world. As a CIA officer who is likely to be in this situation, this is a subject near and dear to me, and I've prepared well for it when I had to face it. You have to understand whether or not the likely outcome is going to be good. In other words, parts of the world people kidnap or take hostages for ransom. And if they want to stay in business, if this is a form of business for them, they're going to have to release those people when the ransom is paid if they want the next person to have a ransom paid for them. So it's a business, and the outcome is likely to be good. In other parts of the world, the outcome is not likely to be as good. And you just have to know where are you and let that guide your actions. In the areas where it's likely to be good, you certainly don't want to be confrontational. In the areas where it's likely to be bad, you want to have every opportunity you can to escape.
All right. Now, if you can't escape, because what happens in a lot of these things is that people are caught by surprise or weapons pointed at them. Got a weapon pointed at you, you're likely, the odds of you escaping alive are infinitesimal. When you go with the kidnappers, you advise what?
If you should find yourself kidnapped, find yourself taken hostage, and again, Bill, you've done your preparation. You know,
you know where you are in the world. You know the danger level. You know
what the likely outcome.
What the likely outcome is. Yes.
Either these people are going to release you after some period of time, or they're going to exploit you and then kill you. Now, if you'd come down on the side of they're going to release me, then you can follow the State Department guidelines, which are very passive, non-confrontational, kind of like what our guidelines were on dealing with hijackings on aircraft before 9/11. Since 9/11, we've changed the way we talk about hijackings on aircraft. And if you find yourself in a situation where the terrorists have got you and you expect they're going to exploit you over time, get you to make statements or whatever, and then your utility to them is gone, and then they are likely to kill you, then you have to think of, what is it that I can possibly do to extend that time where I would be of value to them by being exploited, and look for my opportunities to
escape.
Do I want to die at their hand, or do I want to die trying to escape?
It's a hard call, because this Christian Science Monitor reporter was released in Iraq after a long kidnapping ordeal. They just let her go. And so you're sitting there, and you don't really know who these people are. We don't know who they are. And the State Department says avoid resistance or sudden and threatening movements. Do not struggle. Try to escape unless you're certain of being successful. Nobody's going to be certain of being successful. So I guess the only thing you can do is just pray. It seems to me that's all you can do, Mr. Beatty. Just pray.
Well, there is one other thing you should realize. You should realize that the United States has a very aggressive effort to try to come to the aid of Americans that are being held hostage. I'm a former Delta officer, and I can tell you we look at that.
Everybody's looking at it, and even the Palestinians, I believe, are trying to, make this end. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Coming right back with Michelle Malkin on the growing anger about Hispanic immigration to the U.S.